Alrighty. No proclamations, no appointments. Move into general public comment. During this time, the podium will be open. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Please limit your trips to 1 to the podium, and you may speak on whatever your heart so desires. The podium is now open.
Hi. If you do get rid of this carpet, what would be the odds that you'd be willing to sell it?
Probably pretty low.
You wouldn't want to sell it? Or, I mean, I don't know, my husband could tear it up if you need it torn up, that's what we do, but this carpet's beautiful.
Yeah. If we sell stuff, I think we gotta put it out to make it available to everybody to buy, and I'm not sure. It's something we could look into though.
Can you?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
I'd like to touch on Councilman Beer's comments. Thank you for asking so many questions, Mr. Beer. I appreciate that. It's very disheartening to know the city has maxed us out on mills, imposing this road millage and then wanting to double dip the taxpayers with special assessments. Same with Councilman Soha. It's also disheartening to hear the restrictions being put on little wind generators and solar. Is our planning commission buttering BPU's revenue with these restrictions? I mean, we're all users of power. Why would they want us to use wind and solar? Right? I just don't understand. We got the state pushing it, but you guys are putting all these restrictions on solar and power around here. I mean, a little wind generator, I can't see making any noise like Mr. Soha explained. They're virtually silent. And I don't understand why the city wouldn't want to help the residents either, to save money, to save the consumption of power. I just don't really get it. You know, the only thing that I can think of is it's going to hurt BPU's pocketbook. Well, the future is wind and solar, according to our governor. I mean, and everybody should, I think, consume power if they can. I mean, it's not getting any better in the state of Michigan as far as the economy. I just read an article that, several articles, people are moving out. We're in a recession. I don't see any help from much of this council when you're trying to restrict the average resident on ways to save power. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Any more public comment?
In August of 2021, I made a donation to the TIFA with some restrictions. If they didn't use it in 2 years, that I got it back. They never used it. They actually never spoke about it even in the 2 years, which kind of surprised me. It was meant for the kids of the community, actually. But now it seems like I can't get my money back for some reason. I guess I'm not sure why.
You're broke.
I heard that the lady, whoever it is, has been sick for a couple, 3 months. That was one excuse I heard. One councilman said he didn't think that money should be able to be refunded, which I'm not sure why, if you put specifications on it. I don't know this, but I'm just taking it for granted that TIFA probably gets hundreds of thousands of dollars donated from private people every year probably. And I can understand they wouldn't want to send that money back. But I know that I did give money to the city once because they didn't have money to re-vote when someone tried to get their good buddy in on the city council. They didn't meet the standards to be on city council. So supposedly my donation there went to that. And if the city's broke and they need the money, just let me know. Otherwise, it's probably gonna go to the Salvation Army for Christmas or something, and I just still can't understand why Tifa never even spoke about it in 2 years. Just doesn't make any sense to me. Thank you.
Thanks, Jack. Any more public comment?
I just had a technical piece on that. In the finance committee notes, we had on page 3, a refund to Jack McClain for the Don Theater movie.
Okay.
It's like,
Thanks for bringing that up, Councilman Wolfman.
Excuse me, I didn't hear it.
In the minutes, there's a refund to you.
on the for the finance committee notes that we just had earlier today or this evening, there's a line that says refund donation Don Theater movie Jack McClain.
So they would have approved the refund tonight,
I
and
went through the packet before I even come here, and Tifa did not give any money this period at all. So that's why I brought that up.
I see.
Thank you.
okay,
I see.
go ahead.
Bob Eichler. I heard that about the BPU, you know, BPU, you've got your customers and you've taken what you could from them. How about giving back possibly, you know, like making the investment on the solar issue to them, giving them an opportunity to get coordinated with how the state is about to make it happen. In a little bit of light that's this year, 3-lane issue. We do have it over at Jonesville. We looked at it, we asked for a trial to be done. In other words, not do the road, but put in those bike lanes. MDOT did it the last time, and frankly, it's kind of a lopsided mess. And now they're suggesting that we change as well the lights and the way they're gonna be placed. So the bike lane sounds great, but there's no extension of that going further out on US 12 or coming down 99, they're telling us to take bike paths. So really take a look at how these things are gonna be completed by MDOT. And then there's not a problem with covering up those lines, but they can be discovered by drivers. And so I wouldn't say cover them up, I'd say redo, absolutely. The other was under the state in which the governor, I think Mr. Soha mentioned, I believe it was 2050 to be insured that we were going to be there by the governor. 2030 that Hillsdale to try to be as complete as possible under the solar energy issue. I don't know where that's going to leave a lot of us. We're trying to be pushed into having to take solar, and we talked today to people in Marshall about the battery plant and how these unfunctionable electric cars are going to be. How are we going to take care of ourselves? One car cost about $73,000, and in about 5 years, the engine itself is not that durable and would cost about $35,000 to replace it. With the other idea of we couldn't push that solar car out of that 1 inch the other day we had snow. 1 inch, we couldn't push it, 5 of us, too heavy. Are you kidding me? You'll never make it down the traffic road with these existing, 240 miles for, then you gotta recharge. It's kind of a pathetic idea. Thank you very much for listening to me. The other, I don't know where it's going to go, but I hope again I try to reiterate the idea that voting is very, very important to me, and as well as many other veterans, that we need to be more concerned about taking our children to showing that one day that has been there forever that we need to vote. Please bring your grandchildren or children or influence others to come in to vote. This absentee ballot stuff is the only way we can cheat, and I don't believe it's the right thing to do. Just make short. Mr. Abe Dane, running for county clerk, suggested that they, the Hillsdale County, will do the programming. Come on. You guys don't do the programming. Let somebody else do the program. We don't want the county to program our voting. It's silly. But thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Bob. Any more public comment? Seeing none, we'll close the podium and move into the city manager's report. Dave?